Reading time. Hi, friends. Ooh, the fan blew that out. I look rough. I look like I just been through like something. I'm super high. I had an edible. A celebration edible. So before I decided to do this, I did it started doing it for myself. And I got the bloom and the return. And my edible is just hitting. So you guys are going on the trip with me, and I apologize for these eyes in advance, but that's just how it's going to be. Okay. And on the bottom was Brothers of the Rose. So we're going to start here. We're going to start with where I was, and then we're going to go. The bloom and the return. Creations realized, right time, harvest, celebrate, and a new story. You decide, alignment, it's coming together. And sacred masculine, honor, protection, support. That I feel like is underneath. This is from a lyric that I have, it's relevant. If you're not birthing babies, you're about to birth a legacy. You're birthing legacy. My lyric is, if I'm not birthing babies, I'm birthing legacies. And that's what's happening. And you are, whatever gender you are going to be held by strong masculine energy. So if you're an empress, you're gonna have your emperor. You're gonna have your divine balance. So what it also means is let's do it this way. Whoever represents the receiving energy, you're about to have the action energy, the giving. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Whoever represents, like, queens sustain. No, queens create and kings sustain the environment. You feel what I'm trying to say? It's not going to be just you. You're not going to have to do everything alone. This is going to look different for everyone. It could be it's definitely a soulmate and it just will show up in different levels with different roles for each of you. You know what I mean? So put that part, how it fits in. If this is resonating, then just fill in your characters. You know what I mean? And if you're really connected, there'll be a lot of overlap. And sometimes it'll be for both, but you know. Okay. I've never pulled this card before. I'm going to start there. Am I? This is a completely spontaneous read in real time. Well, pretty much. I had to pee. Okay. This is a card of the sacred masculine, like the feminine. The sacred masculine exists within each one of us, and together we're being called to balance both energies within us. Yeah. Okay, I see that. sorry. The sun and the moon, solar and lunar. Perhaps this is what it means to birth a new world. The sacred mature masculine is something so needed in our world. It's the part of us that lives in deep honor and reverence of the feminine, right? Emperor to empress, right? Hold the space. That's what I'm saying. Like, you don't have to hold the space for yourself and create at the same time anymore. It's like, how draining is it to have to be in a constant or continual state of creation and hold your space down 24/7? You know what I mean? Without a backup. When you're constantly creating or continually creating in creating mode, your complement is whoever's with you. You both hold space for each other, but that's the space that the person needs to hold for you, is complete trust, because you have to be wide open. And to be wide open, you're vulnerable. And to be truly strong, you have to be truly wide open. And that's what you do for each other. You hold the space. But the person who's okay, sorry. Hi. Hi. Let's see how this one goes. Oh boy. I also cried a lot yesterday because I have a lot of health stuff going on, and there's a lot going on health-wise. So my bags are pronounced than usual, and my high eyes are making them more. Who cares? Nobody cares. Nobody cares. The sacred masculine knows that striving and overpowering, enduring and conquering are not helpful. The sacred masculine is strong and tender, protective, but not defensive. This card could be a sign that you're being called to work on the sacred masculine energy within you that's maturing and rising. It could be that you're being called to work on ancestral healing of the paternal line. It could be an indication that you're being called to invoke or acknowledge the sacred masculine in those around you. You could be doing a lot of inner child work, and you are having to do the active role, which is the masculine role. Do you know what I mean? Take the active role for yourself and then fall into the feminine role that you're more comfortable with, regardless of gender. Do you know what I mean? This is going to be different for everybody. But to see where the scale is, right? With all the different, there's a lot of different stories, and there's one centralized truth. That's what tarot is. Okay. Did I read or it could represent the sacred masculine appearing in your life? The sacred masculine exists within all of us. They are encircling you so that you can do your sacred work, so that you can be part of the return of the goddess on this earth. Yeah, things are about to shift globally. They already are. And I feel like a very strong artistic, creative revolution is about to start. Reminiscent of like the 60s, 70s. Do you know what I mean? That's what I feel it like, but this evolved version of it. A lot of paradigms are going to be shifted, and a lot of what were previously fundamental ways of thinking. And they're going to be shifted in a way that, I don't know, I started thinking, Denise, why are you talking about this stuff? So now I'm going to just be high and go back to reading. Sorry. I'm going to have to watch this and see if I'm going to post this. How many of my videos say that in it? So many of them. The rose is their emblem, and they wear it proudly on their hearts, the sacred masculine. And the inquiry is, how are you being called to work with the sacred masculine? So maybe you are having to parent yourself. What is that? Oh, it's my angel wings. Hold on, I had thought about, yes, I'm high, but I also actually had this thought before. when I went to the bathroom, I saw these and I was like, what if I did my reading with my angel wings on? And they kept like, I do this all the time and they're always in the frame, but they're sticking out so hardcore to me right now, so I'm gonna wear them. All right, yep, wearing them for now. What's up? I'm Archangel. I don't know. I don't know which one I am. Why did I do that? Oh, because we're gonna pull one for you all. And then we're gonna read the other two that came out. That's what we're doing. Because when I pulled those, I didn't think about, I didn't think about recording it. I did think I would maybe do a reading, but I didn't think it was gonna be attached to this one. Do you know what I'm saying? But it is. It's like a new lease. No, it's like, this keeps coming up in the readings. It's like everything that you've known in your heart and your soul and your core, who you are, you've always known it. It's always been there and it's always been visible, but there has been dust on it, dust or a web. It's been covered and it's been it's like transparent though. It's like an invisibility cloak, kind of. It like morphed to you and it dulled you and you saw through that is gone. So it's not like you're becoming. Be, believe, become. You already are. You're believing it, you're living it more. You're living it more and you're more comfortable letting it be seen externally from you. You've probably done a fuck ton of work on yourself, your emotional maturity and your psychic gifts and all of traumas and all those things. I don't remember why I was going there. Let me pull. Dancing. A trance state that doesn't negatively impact you. But you could find yourself in a negative situation where you go into a trance state and you can flip the switch and like stay as present as possible and carry it with you when you come out. You know what I mean? Just like vow and to remember the key parts and have source help you for when you are sober or you wake up or whatever. You know what I mean? Okay. Guess I'm gonna be more aware of the movements I make. Child within, and we talked about inner child, right? Inner mother innocence, gentleness, tenderness. Something got on her face. That is so bizarre. It was like weed, like a little tiny, teeny nug, tiny, teeny bit of a, right on her eye. Probably should have just showed it to you. Again, so there's definitely birth happening and rebirth. Birth in every way it manifests, okay? It will manifest different for each of you. But you are definitely blooming. You are in this next phase of your life, and it is dope. This is where the magic is going to happen on a grander scale than you have ever been through or seen or experienced for yourself. Right? Okay. Open. Say yes. Expand through the extremes. Trust life. So much of them are like coming into. Do you know what I mean? Okay, what actually came out, and we'll do it. We'll do it, the bottom one first. Sophia! I know what I'm calling this. I am Sophia. I am Sophia. And you are also Sophia. So what's up, girls? What's up, goddesses? Whatever gender, right? Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Oh, God, that was cringy. Okay. Feminines. I don't know. Someone tell me what the correct term would be. Because Sophia was a female. But a female aspect of source energy. So, no gender. So how about what's up, family? What's up, family? Okay. Sophia, healing the mother line and the sun. Divine plan, wisdom, intelligence within, destiny. Indigo is it's definitely my like grounding color. It brings me back home. I feel like I'm home. Air of the cosmos, right? Healing the mother line, healing, ancestral work, mother line, growing up. A lot of mother, right? The sun, joy, enjoyment. It's like they're dancing. Life force, success, vitality, play. What a great reading. Okay. We're going to start with the bloom and the return. I'm just going to skim it. Hold on. Hold on, I'll be right back. Hi, I am going to read this to you because I feel like it will resonate better than the way I could explain it. I didn't read all of it, but what I did, I was like, read that. Okay. This card is all about reaping the reward for what you've created. Dreams manifested into matter. It's a confirmation that you're currently in the bloom phase of your cycle of growth, or that you're about to be. The bloom is when we're at our fullest. The sun is shining, the sun and the bloom. This is the bloom. Fucking high. High shit. Okay, sorry. Oh my God. Things are bountiful and we're at our most expansive. The deep roots of our dreams have been realized. We're blooming. We've made it to where we long to be. We're likely visible and out in the world. We talked about that, right? Like feeling comfortable to let yourself be seen. Life is often adventurous, energetic, positive, and good. This card comes with a message to embrace and enjoy this moment. You just shifted timelines, and I think you have undergone something to challenge that, to to test out where how you're going to do maintaining it, and you chose the path of maintaining it. Congratulations. It's awesome. Okay, what the fuck was I saying? Hold on. Oh, I need to stretch. Woo. Okay. Sorry. Damn it. I'll just go back from this. Enjoy what has come to you. Revel in it. Bask in the beauty. Drink in the nectar. Be nourished by the sweet scent of what's now in the physical. Enjoy the harvest. Stop and smell the roses of your life. I just got freedom flowers today. They're hanging right out there. Maybe not right now, but I smelled them so many times. They're not roses. Life is cyclical and the bloom won't be at its fullest forever. I decided to dry them immediately because I wanted to remember the moment, and what it felt like and what it feels like. And those colors and the textures all represented it really well. Don't take the bloom for granted. Enjoy it while it's here, but don't hold on to it for too long. Let it be what it is in its fullest. I did that 2 Fridays ago and it was beautiful. And that's why I'm having my moment. Just like you all are too who are watching this. So I'm so happy for you because I know what I feel. I feel so good that I ate an edible to celebrate. I haven't eaten an edible to celebrate and not to like help me realign in God knows how long. If you guys are also on edibles while you're watching this, can you please tell me in the comments, because that would be super rad, dude. Okay. When the time comes to return the petals to the earth, and you'll know when that is, do that too. Yeah. You don't want to attach yourself to anything, positive or negative, because everything, what I'm feeling like is there's no attachment, right? You just want to be in alignment with truth. If you are in alignment with truth, then literally every other thing comes from that. Or love. You can be I have to take these off because they're itching me. You can be in the alignment of love and have the same. Oh, stretching. Oh my gosh. Oh. I danced the other day for the first time in a really, really long time because of stress, and it felt so good because of my health stuff. It's like, I'm taking back my body, dude. I'm not letting this happen. Okay. There's a question thing. I let the blooming happen. I resist the urge to hold back. It's a transmission. I'm probably going to burp. I apologize. I celebrate all that I've created and enjoy my moment of blooming completely and fully. Staying present in the moment and enjoying it. Staying present in the moment you will enjoy it, right? The return. There's that burp, excuse me. A new story, you decide. Alignment, it's coming together. That's right. That's right, friends. You've waited patiently for this moment. And painfully. You've likely been working on the inner for some time, and now the outer is beginning to come into alignment. As changing beings, we're in a never-ending growth cycle. That's true. This doesn't mean that we're constantly in bloom. It means we're constantly changing. This card is like the bloom, however. That's so funny. It's more powerful than that. They came out together. It heralds the coming and going of a whole new way of being. An entirely new story has been written. It's like you had a tower moment and a death moment, and where in the past, like the Five of Cups or the Five of Pentacles or the Three of Swords or the Nine of Swords would be like there and how you reacted, you're in the Nine of Pentacles. You're in your Empress, your Queen, your King. You are in your power, your justice, your chariot, your temperance, your, whatever, your high priestess, your hierophant, your wheel of fortune, whatever it is, you're in it. You're in your major arcana. You're living your major arcana, life right now. This card heralds a great shift in your life, and we talked about timelines, right? I think we did in the very beginning. This often takes time, sometimes even lifetimes. Acknowledge how far you've come and how much you've grown. Yeah, for real. Just look at it. Just observe it. Don't judge it. Just observe it. Just witness it. That's the truth, right? Don't know emotion, just look at it. You're a part of creating change, not only in your own life, but in the world. Because you don't exist solitarily, you interact. And so every time we interact with someone else is an opportunity. You make an imprint. You know what I mean? Take a moment to take it in. You're just one of many, but your being here matters. A petal in the rose of a new humanity. That's a little too poetic for me. Part of the forever unfolding. Things are aligning for you and around you. They're convening and coming together. Yes, they are. You're in the right place at the right time because you chose all the steps to take you there and you did all the work. So yes, yes, yes for all y'all. I might not call this I Am Sophia. We'll see. We'll see. We're like only maybe halfway through. I don't even know. Your outer world matches your inner world. This card is delivering a message of harmony coming together and the embodiment of holding a clear vision for many years. Birth and legacies or birth and babies, you feel me? You be birthing families. It don't have to be your own biological. It can literally just make that, if that resonates, just see where it falls. You know what I mean? For you, like where's that thought fall? Where's that information fall? And then something else will pop up and then you'll make a connection. Or however that process is for you. You've been doing the groundwork to get to this moment right here. Perhaps for months, years, or lifetimes, all of them. Use this moment. You get to decide what happens next. Oh, here's the transmission for that. I acknowledge how far I've come and how much I've grown. I decide what happens next. I decide what happens next. Dude, maybe I'll call it that if I can remember that. I'm never going to remember that. Hold on. That's pretty fucking powerful, right? Yes. Okay. All right, let's get into the cards that came out for specifically for all of y'all, with all y'all in mind. We're gonna start with Sophia. If you do not know who Sophia is, look, Google her. Sophia Gnosticism, Gnosticism. Cistism, like Gnostic, right? Gnosticism. Sophia is equal to Mary Magdalene. Mary Magdalene was the divine feminine to Jesus was the divine masculine, whether you're religious or not. This is the truth of the energies. Sophia's role, she is one of the Trinity, Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Sophia's role is to reconnect other souls, other energies back to the one. That came, I didn't know any of that. I had no idea of any of that stuff. I had an ex, this ex, actually, evil ex. He was super into the occult. I was not. And I didn't read tarot and stuff back then. I mean, I did, but I didn't. I knew how to, but I didn't read. I hadn't picked up cards in years. But I was still very spiritual, but just naturally inclined that way. And I'm a channel, and during sex, and sex is one of my major ways. My main way of communication is touching, because my main way of understanding is receiving energies, right? So I'm a channel, especially during sex. Sex is prayer for me. And I was on top because it's whatever, it happens a lot more often when I am on top, which makes sense, right? And it just came through. And I thought it was so stupid, but it was so strong. And I just said, I am your Sophia. And I felt so stupid. And he said, keep going. Now I really remember that when we were finished, first thing he said was, okay, so do you want to know what that meant? And I said, yes, like that was real. I think I said some other things. I don't remember. I did, but I don't remember what they were, because the most important thing was the Sophia thing. He always viewed himself as Jesus, like as an incarnation of Jesus. And I don't think I knew that then. I might have kind of knew it. But then he told me all about it. And there is a poem called Thunder Perfect Mind. Look that up. It starts, I am the whore and the Holy One. I have like tumblers called that. You know what I mean? I've used that because it's so good. Because it is. You're the light and the dark. Right? So you all are, or your person is. Which means you're part of the Trinity too. This is, I'm so curious to see how many people this reaches. Who's in this? Who's our family? You know what I mean? How far out reaching does this, how many people are plugged into this frequency? I want to see, right? This is dopeness right here. We're starting with Sophia. I'll just tell you what they are again, because it's been so long, I feel like. Sophia, healing the mother line, the sun. I don't think I've pulled Sophia before. Sophia is a Greek word meaning wisdom. Sophia is thought to have been a force present at the time of creation and is often presented as a woman. This turns our patriarchal understanding of a sole male god responsible for creation on its head. In the Bible's book of Proverbs, Sophia says, I was present at the beginning of the creation, participating at the side of the Lord in the work of creation. Oh, you are getting yours. Yes. Birth that legacy. Birth it in whatever way it manifests and shows up for you. Many scholars and art historians believe that the female figure beside God in Michelangelo's Sistine Chapel ceiling is a representation of Sophia. The philosopher Rudolf Steiner believed that the ancient Egyptian mother goddess Isis was an incarnation of her also. I resonate very strongly with Egyptian and with Isis. The galaxy overlapping the spiral of the rose on this card is a mystical representation of Sophia as holder of the divine plan. That's really beautiful. Holder of the divine plan. That's be another really good. Too many good titles, but the intelligence that tells the rose when to open and the planet how to spin also exists within you. This card brings with it a message to trust the intelligence that brought you here. I want to say something about what I realized about Sophia for me. Have faith that the blueprint of your destiny is already known. What secret dreams do you have? What are you being called to say yes to create? Take the first step. That's what I just heard. Barefoot. I see a barefoot on sand. Sophia embraces the cosmos. She holds the blueprint of creation. No person or thing is left out. When you understand this about yourself, for me, it really opened up so many things. It showed me why I would feel so drawn to people, especially sexually, and feel like the super strong connection, and there was a super strong sexual element to it, and not understand. And once I recognized that, I was like, okay, because sex is not the only way to help someone come back to reflect. You know, it's just a very intense way. And you might be, there's a connection that way, but there's enough dissonance where that there's a reason why that isn't the focus. But sometimes it can still be helpful. You know. Okay, what? Rose transmission. I trust in the divine plan. Activate the intelligence within my cells and unlock and act on my most expansive destiny now. Look at my back. That too. It's literally why the part of why they are on my back is to keep me preserved and to see who would be dedicated to unlocking them. Okay, that's Sophia. Oh, I'm just gonna read the next one. I don't feel like I need to say anything more than I'm saying, right? I would love feedback in the comments. I'll be able to take it even if it's negative. I'm so high, dudes. Okay. I'm gonna get copyright claim for this. I feel like this is like, what's up, hi girl? I wish that wasn't playing right now. That's how I feel though. Okay. It's about the sacred feminine, about being ripped away from it, being robbed of the chance of it because of external patriarchal, I'm going to read it, sources of energy trying to squash the light, Okay. We're living in a time of complex healing, especially when it comes to the mother line. Collectively, we're facing the intergenerational trauma that colonialism and patriarchy have imprinted on us. So many born to mothers who were not mothered themselves. It's time to mend the chain. My cousin, her name is Christina Perry. She just put her record out, and there's a song called Mothers on there. And it is, if you have had a child, it is the song you never knew you needed. Check it out. Okay. So many of our ancestral lines have experienced brutal persecution and separation from the sacred feminine. We've been starved of the Great Mother's unwavering embrace, and instead told to look only to a male god in the sky. So many were not taught to see the sacred in all things and the feminine in all her stages as sacred, powerful, and holy. We were not taught. This way of living has gone on for too long, and we're all being called to heal it on behalf of our ancestors, past and emerging. I agree 1,000%. I see it and I feel it and I know it too. Everybody watching this, you're part of the revolution. Healing is possible. It may not be straightforward or easy, but it's possible. I just thought, should I write? Should I call it "You're part of the revolution"? Okay. Hey. I saw Michael Jackson at the Victory Tour in the 80s. I saw him in Philly at what used to be called the Spectrum. I think it was still the Spectrum back then. No, it wasn't the Spectrum. It was the whatever the Eagles' original stadium was. I can't believe I can't remember it. Well, it's time to release our mothers all the way back for what they may not have been able to give. This is really interesting because the Brothers card came out, remember? The Sacred Brothers. And it's talking about father energy. There's so much counterparts. You know what I mean? Yin and yang, light and dark, all the way throughout this reading. Because it's like one stage and then you followed by the exact next highest elevation version of it. You know what I mean? It's like synchronistic because y'all are in alignment. You surrender to your flow. Find a way to cultivate the loving mother within. No matter gender. That's the soft part of you. Is allow yourself to be vulnerable. Tell yourself that it's okay because it is. To treat ourselves with the same deep reverence, adoration, understanding, and compassion that we long for all along. To treat ourselves with the same deep reverence, adoration, understanding, and compassion that we longed for all along. You can be that for yourself today. You can meet yourself where others could not. And as you do, future ancestors will bless you for finding the courage to release and heal deep. So everyone watching this, you have all elevated from whatever behaviors you did in the past. You've elevated them. You've evolved. Like you skipped a time. You jumped a timeline. I forget, why am I fucking saying that? Hold on. Keisha Cole. Oh, it's so hard. It's like hearing Jodeci. Right? Okay, I brought that up because in the past you may have found yourself with codependent ways or with codependent people, but they gaslit their codependence onto you. And you were in toxic relationships, but for a lot of different reasons, but you were, oh, where's that going? Hold on. I cannot remember. I'm going to keep moving. Sorry. Okay. We're just going to keep moving. The rose transmission. No. It's just about being aware. You're more aware now, and you have treated yourself with the reverence. And you jumped a timeline and you had something challenge it and you maintained it. So it's time to celebrate. It is time to celebrate. And it's also time for confirmation and reaffirmation that you are not likely to make the same mistakes you made in the past. You know what I'm saying? And to you're not trying that on, you're wearing it. You're letting it become you. You know what I mean? What's the word? Mingle with you, commingle with you. All right, the rose transmission is I reach all the way back to the original mother. And I set all the mothers and myself free. This fucking deck is the shit, huh? This is it. Oh, that song's on again. I'm totally gonna get copyright, whatever. For those of you who are really still going through it with the healing, there is an other side to it. And it's this. And you know it. You know it. Allow yourself support, widen your circle. See if there are places that it's reasonable for you to widen your circle, where it's reasonable and it is in alignment with you. See if you have any little fail-safes on, you know what I mean? Okay. Super high. The sun. I was like, whoa, this reading's only been 2 minutes. I forgot I did I don't know how many, 3. Okay. In the summer when the sun is at its highest path in the sky, the rose is at its fullest. Her fragrance is sweet, and the fruit is still to come. In this oracle, the sun represents life force energy, vitality, confidence, success, positivity, delight, and the sheer joy of life. Them, bitches. After it's left the fertile darkness of the soil, the future rose begins reaching toward the light of the sun, which then plays its part in nourishing the rose as it reaches for its potential bloom. And it does this for us too. One of life's greatest blessings is to feel the warmth of the sun on our face, to drink in the gold nectar of what life has for us, and to take a moment to bask in being alive. This is your invitation. That could be another, right, title? This is your invitation to relish your aliveness, to embrace your joyfulness, to enjoy the simple things in life, to make time to play, to be grateful for your body, to be open is what's coming through, to acknowledge the wondrous life force energy that's woven through all of life, to remember that your soul had a dream and your life is it. Oh, come on. That's ridiculous. Go ahead, Rebecca Campbell. This is a wondrous card that heralds a time of playfulness, enjoyment, and bliss. I am so here for all of that. The sun can also represent the inner child and be an invitation to have some fun. Have you been all work and no play lately? Is your inner child longing to? We already know this is inner child related, and it's about being comfortable, healing, giving yourself the healing, because you understand that pain and that grief, and you understand a root cause more. You found a truth was made clear to you. Oh, fuck my ass. Oh. Oh. Okay, I'm just keeping it in, and I can't remember what the hell I was saying, but god damn it, sorry. I'm gonna have to watch this before I post it because I'm not sure if I'm gonna be totally embarrassed. But if the message is so strong that it needs to come out, then I do it, whether I'm embarrassed or not. Okay. Here's the soul inquiry. Well, I'll ask you the other thing. Have you been all work and no play lately? Is your inner child longing to run free? What can you do to enjoy the simple things in life when we allow ourselves the space to play? Problems that were once unsolvable find solutions. I think maybe to redefine play or to uncover what that is for you. I know I'm going to. I haven't really thought about that. It's a good thing to think about. The soul inquiry is, how can you enjoy your life more? What can you do just for fun? This is a whole lot of the star energy. You know, you've been through so much shit. You've come out, you've gone through the strength and the temperance and the towers and the deaths and the judgments. And here you are. You're in the star energy. Justice has been served. You're in your high priestess, emperor, empress, hierophant, hermit, Nine of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, Queen is, okay, you feel me. You're in that. Strong, rooted, present, open, but rooted. Oh, should we read these two? The middle and the bottom? Because look, the open and the child within. I'll just scan it real fast. Hold on, I'll come back. Okay, I only read halfway through the child within, and I know I'm supposed to read it to you, so I'm going to. Okay, we can be so hard on ourselves, expecting to heal according to a schedule and beating ourselves up when we make a mistake. I think this is what a lot of us have moved out of, and some of some of us may be still developing that. The rose wants us to release all hardness from our bodies and all hurt from our cells. So you got to figure out a way how you can do that. What's your way to do that? for me, it's a series of ways that all involve like my feet on something, like my feet in the grass, my hands, my skin on the ground, on the dirt. You know what I mean? I do really feel strongly like I need water healing right now. I just haven't done that. I should do that. So that's an important part of this for everybody, this collective. Find your way to soften. To remember that no matter what has happened, is happening, or will happen, we're all innocent children of the stars and the earth. The flowers are here for us. They're a safe, soft place to remember. They want you to nurture the child within. This is a card of gentle reassurance and compassion. It brings a message of gentle understanding and tenderness. It's reminding you to treat yourself like the innocent child that you are, to take your inner child and let them rest deeply in the soft petals of your heart. We all have a child within us who at some point went into exile because they were hurt or because the world didn't feel safe. And no matter how much we've grown, when we as adults are hurt or triggered, it's normal to regress to this age and feel overwhelmed by the original emotion. And while we can't change the past, what we can do is scoop up the child within and place them in the soft petals of the rose of our own heart. The soul inquiry is, how can you tenderly tend the child within? That's beautiful. I like a reading that has homework. I feel like that is a successful channeling, even though I was high as fuck and went all over the place. Thanks everybody, if anybody stayed this long. Oh, opens right in the center, and it is not a glued book. Yes. I like the ones with the strings. I am so high. Okay. This is probably one of the biggest challenges of life. Keeping your heart open through the extremes. A-them, man. A-them. No one is immune to the highs and lows of the human experience. From the ecstasy to the agony, the joy to the grief, the love to the loss. We can't bypass the difficult parts of being human if we want to truly experience the bliss. And if you close your heart off to the grief, you won't be able to fully experience the joy. The rose teaches us this, season after season. She knows that if she doesn't surrender to each of the seasons, come summer, she won't be able to bloom. Birth teaches us this too. The safer the mother feels, the more she can open. Living and dying with your heart open is truly a courageous act, as a life well lived is full of losses and tragedies, as well as great love, triumphs, and adventures. When we're going through difficult times, when we most want to separate, the healing is often found in connection, not separation. It can be connecting to source, it can be connecting to yourself, it can be connecting to the earth, and it can be connecting to other beings. When we close our heart and shut down because the pain is too much, we often find ourselves more separate than before. The rose shows us how to open to the world no matter what the day brings. This and that are true. This card is here to encourage you to say yes to life, to expand through the extremes, and to put your 2 feet wholly and completely in. The soul inquiry is, how can you say yes to life? So those were more of like what you've moved out of mostly, I think, for most of you watching, and like what the underlying is. But I think that they were really important too, as reminders for if those fears pop up. I did feel like I should pull a tarot. I wanted to do Major Arcana only. Banagare. Anima. Anima, I think it's Anima. It's the name of the tarot deck. Banagare is the company or the maker, I don't know. If it's I don't know if the maker is the company. Okay. So, what energy hold on. I'm hearing message. Okay. And it could be. Okay. Okay. Justice in reverse. Justice in reverse. If you saw the way that flipped around, it was so elegant. Before I look at the middle and the bottom, the split in the bottom, I want to look at this. A different lens. Looking through a different lens, and it's slightly distorted. The truth is known by all parties, and there's a slight distortion happening. It's like viewing it through rose-colored glasses. Do you know what I mean? They know the truth. Everybody knows the truth, but there's a lens that's slightly distorted. It feels like nostalgic and afraid. Do you know what I mean? Like afraid to see what was really there. Like to admit it. That's what it's feeling like. Wait, are these upside down? The whole deck is upside down. And this spun around to be in the reverse. What the fuck? Okay, the World in reverse because the whole deck is in reverse, and the Empress. Yeah. The Wheel of Fortune is under the Empress, and the Lover is underneath the World. For one of you, these are all in the upright. And for the other, their whole world got turned upside down. And it's time to be introspective. And for you, whoever's watching this, you had justice. You have your cycle is over. You beat the boss. You beat the final boss. You beat the game. You completed it. You completed the triathlon. And you're in your creator mode, literally. And for the other one, they lost all that. The challenge here for them is to find their own reflections of these, and to show up for themselves as that, to take this pain of the terrible choices they made and alchemize it into rebuilding their DNA and expanding it into the next higher version of themselves. Not feel guilty and shame and all that. That keeps you stuck in a cycle. Feel empathy, feel compassion, feel remorse, feel sorrow, feel forgiveness, feel understanding, feel acceptance. Mistakes aren't made, they're made to learn from. They come in from the universe when our human side is missing something. we've just been all taught really fucked up things about all the power that we really have. So this reading was dope. I have I have like 5 different titles, and maybe I'll pick something totally different, but I don't know. But I just noticed this again. I hope it picks up. Yeah, that's how I feel. And I hope you feel that way too. Maybe I'll go dance again. I don't know. All right. Thanks for hanging out. Super high. Okay. Bye. Ciao, ciao. See ya. Okay, bye.